Hello and welcome. Thanks for taking a few minutes to join me to learn about fractional sales management. I'm Fred Wookerfennig, Principal at Schmidt Associates. In this short video, we will discuss what is fractional sales management and why it can be very valuable to smaller and medium-sized businesses. Fractional sales management is when a company retains a high expertise sales leader on a part-time basis to lead the sales department. This is sometimes called fractional sales management, sometimes called outsourced sales VP, sometimes called part-time sales leadership, but in any of those descriptions it refers to utilizing a highly skilled sales leader on a part-time basis. Many smaller companies cannot afford a top-shelf sales leader on a full-time basis. The budget just does not support that level of investment, yet the need for such quality leadership is very real. Fractional CFO is a similar approach that has been in place for several decades now. Smaller businesses have recognized that they needed the expertise of a CFO, but they couldn't afford that on a full-time basis, and so fractional CFO was born. In a similar way, businesses have realized that they need expertise in sales leadership, but they can't afford it on a full-time basis, and so fractional sales management has been born. According to an InsideSales.com survey from a couple years ago, sales managers who earn less than $75,000 a year return on the average 58 cents on the dollar. In other words, it literally costs the company money to have that person in that chair. The company would make more money without that person in place. On the other hand, sales managers who earn over $150,000 a year return $1.52. Why is there this big disparity between the results of the inexpensive sales manager and the expensive sales manager? Sales leadership is a highly skilled position. The top-shelf sales leaders have vastly different skills, knowledge, tools, and experience, so they are able to have a much larger impact on the organization. The good news for smaller businesses is the 80-20 rule applies. We can get 80% of the results for less than 20% of the investment if we do this the right way. So a part-time sales leader can have huge returns at a very affordable cost. How does this happen? The part-time sales leader is going to focus on high-impact activities. We're going to begin by auditing the current sales process to develop a benchmark of where the company currently is. Then we'll create a consistent sales process so that all of the sales reps are taking the same steps as they guide the prospect through the sales funnel. Then we'll implement into that best practices so that even the best sales reps get better. We're going to identify and exploit the best lead sources and reduce our investments in those areas where we gain less valuable leads. We're going to implement the right kinds of accountability and manage to those expectations. We're going to coach the right behaviors and attitudes in the sales reps for improved performance. We're going to implement the right kinds of technology tools for this particular business. And then we're going to repeat with an eye toward continuously improving. The results are often astounding. Average sales reps typically improve 20 or 30%. Top sales reps improve less, but even their performance is improved by implementing best practices. It's readily apparent which reps are not willing to take the right action, and once having been identified, they'll be coached to improve their behaviors, or they'll be redeployed or replaced. The training of new reps is much more efficient because the sales process is documented. New reps are much more likely to be successful because they don't have to figure things out on their own. The marketing budget is focused on those areas where high-quality leads are resulting, and money is reduced in those areas that are returning poor-quality leads. The customer experience is improved, and so customer satisfaction goes up, and referrals are more easily obtained. So, fractional sales management can have a very high return to smaller businesses. Our typical engagement is $3,000 a month, and this is flexible based on the company needs. There's no long-term contract involved. And because of the relatively small investment on the part of the company, ROIs of over 500% are common. Thanks for taking a few minutes to join me. For more information, visit jacobschmidtassociates.com.